Alright, before we begin this video, there's a massive giveaway coming in a few days here. We're about to hit 10,000 subscribers, and once we hit that, there's a huge planned giveaway from so many brands you would not believe. I think like 10 brands, if not over 10 brands, have participated in this gigantic 10K giveaway. We have about 100 something subscribers to go, so subscribe, stay tuned for that. It's gonna be up in a few days, very soon here. Also, by the way, thank you for getting me here. You guys are amazing. Now on to the video. So I'm back with 3 brand new IEMs to test out today. We have the Cra+, we have the Tin T1S, and we have the KBear Ink. And of course, in the thumbnail, as you saw, I have the Hook-X. But this one I already opened and tried, so I'm gonna give you guys my initial thoughts on the Hook-X in this video as well. Hey friends, Tim here back to another video on Gears Audio, and today, again, my dab of choice is gonna be the Shanling M3X. I love this thing, it never dies. I haven't charged it in weeks. And it's still alive. It just doesn't die. Unlike the Theo, that's also my other favorite, that's always dead, like all the time. All right, we're gonna go cheapest to most expensive. First one is the Cra+ by Cca. If you guys recall the first one, the Cra Original, that one's really good for the price. Still one of the better V-shapes that I recommend personally. Let's see if the Plus is any better. To be honest, it has a big hill to climb. Because the original one is already so good, I really can't imagine what they can improve on to make it even better, especially at the price I was at, but we'll see. Here's the IEM, kind of, you know, gold. Love it or hate it. And the song of choice today is gonna be called Gilla Gilla by whoever's name is on the screen here. I can't pronounce it. Very good song though, highly recommend it. And now for the moment of truth. Let's play. I think it's relatively okay. Honestly, it didn't blow me away like it did the original Cca. I feel like this one is very, I can't really put my finger around it. It feels kind of congested. Like the stage is very narrow to me and it squeezes everything in. And overall, my initial reaction was I don't particularly like it that much. For me right now, I would still go for the original, which is $15. That one is a banger. Just right out of the park, $15. Very great option if you love V-shape style IEMs. Again though, this is just first impressions. Anything can change in the future, but I don't think it's gonna change much for this one because the original Cra was just immediately good. This one was not even close to like middle ground good, so yeah. Next is the Tin Hi-Fi T1S. Now Tin's been on a roll lately. Tin T3+ was good, the P1 Max was good. Now this one. White box, white IEM. Perfect. They look like little marshmallows. All right, now this one is an absolute, I don't know, there's really good qualities and there's not so good qualities. So this one, let's talk about the good first. It's not technically terrible. Detail-wise, it's actually competent. It's the tuning. Now the tuning is very bass heavy, like it's bass forward, it's mid bass forward. I would say that it's like, is it V-shape? I would say it's along the line of like a V-shape or like a super Harmon where the mid bass is just like up front and center. The sub bass is there as well. It's just a lot of bass, let's just say that. The mid range is pushed to the background. I wouldn't say it's so far behind that you don't notice it. It still pops in certain areas, which is nice. But overall, you need to love bass to like this, or else just stay far away. It's super bass heavy. But the good thing about it is that if you do love just a lot of bass, if you're a bass head, you like the beats, you like the, you know, the Sony, the mainstream style of tuning, and you want something that is technically not bad, this might be a good option. I mean, it's all right. Time for the ink. Actually, before we get into the ink, there's one more thing about the T1S that I actually like. I said the bass was a lot, yes, but the bass quality is also not bad. Yes, actually decent bass. All right, now back to the ink. As you can see, very nice case. I have about like 100 different IEM cases now. I don't think I need another one, but it's nice nonetheless. The design on the shell is actually nice as well. Very understated, but well detailed, well constructed. I actually like the way this looks. It's okay. It's not that great. It's another V-shaped style IEM. This one has more treble though, more energy, more treble. But overall, it's just unnatural sounding. There's a lot of bass. There's good amount of mid bass and sub bass, and the bass quality is okay. It leads into quite a thin sounding mid-range, quite an unnatural, thin sounding mid-range. I really didn't like how the vocals come across on this so much. Treble is quite nice. There's good amounts of it. I just think the biggest part lies in the mid-range area. That needs to be fixed. It just comes across unnatural and just too thin for my liking. And overall, I didn't find the details and technical performance to be far above the previous two that I've tried. Well, it's better than the T1S and the Cra Plus, better than both of those, but it's not like a super far improvement or anything. For the price, so far, not so impressed. But again, first impression, first impression. Let's move on. Now for the moment everyone's been waiting for, we finally got to the star of the day is the Hook-X by Raptgo. Now this one, oh man, after the 3 lackluster IM that we had just tried, this one feels like a TOTL. Like it feels like a top of the line in comparison to those 3. This is fantastic planar IM. It is primo good. I'll be doing a review of this one like tomorrow. Like I already have it filmed, it's just not yet edited yet, but I wanted to just give my initial thoughts for you guys in this video roughly before I post the full review, since I got so many other IMs that came in just yesterday. I thought I'd film a first impression. But yeah, this is good. The bass here, very nice quality bass, well controlled as well, maybe a touch bit of warmth leading into the mid-range, but nothing that is bloat or muddy in any way. The mid-range is also very nicely tuned. It is on the tamer side energy-wise. I wouldn't say too much though. It's definitely a little bit less energy than I would have liked, but overall still great nonetheless. And for those of you who think IEMs from Moondrop, like the Aria, the Starfield, if you guys think those are too shouty for you, then these would just be heaven. They're perfect. The treble is also very nice. I think one of the most correct sounding treble in planar ever. And the surprising thing is that it uses a piezo driver, which is notorious for just being very kind of spicy and singy, right? It does have a little bit of that quality, but all in all, it's done very well. Just primo set, very good, detailed soundstage. We'll talk a lot more about that in the full review, but just know that is great. Really like this thing. Let's listen to that song, you know, on this, just so I can feel better about the other 3. There's no competition.